What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into today's video, guys, we are 29 subs away from 200. We are getting there, guys. We are drawing closer and closer to the goal of 200. And as I've said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos. If this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box that I got from my partners over at Collector's Stores, so be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever collector's rare. Because if you guys missed out on my Genesis Impact box opening, I pulled this. Take it out of the sleeve. It is a collector's rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. Look at that, guys. Let me get a better... There we go. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Like, from right here, you can't even tell it's a collector's rare, but right here, you can actually tell. I am actually going to be getting this graded because it actually looks pretty good. Centering-wise, it looks amazing. It's slightly off from top to bottom, but other than that, it's actually pretty fucking good. So, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of what? Maybe you... Sorry about that, guys. I was supposed to expect a package today from my partners, but for some reason, I guess UPS hasn't been updated yet. But anyway, guys, where was I? Oh, right. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want... Maybe you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and be sure to follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I also want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: what is your all-time favorite ruthless aggression era moment from Monday Night Raw? Let me know down in the comments below, because today's video I'm going to be talking about probably the biggest question that has been talked about for quite some time now, and the question is this: is Raw going to become TV-14 once again? And the big question is, will Raw leave Monday nights? That is the question that we're about to bring up in today's video. Now, if you guys remember what was on Thursday, I think it was what, Thursday, I believe. Give me a second, guys. I think it was Thursday. Give me 1 second. no, actually, no. It was Wednesday. It was last Wednesday. I talked about how SmackDown could potentially go from 2 hours to 3 hours. Now I'm going to be talking about Raw potentially leaving Monday nights. Now, again, as I mentioned on Wednesday, WWE CEO and President Nick Khan actually was talking about the future of both Raw and SmackDown in a sort of like a media conference, like a media appearance, and he talked about how WWE's media rights partnership with both with both NBC Universal and Fox are set to expire later on this year, with a bunch of changes going to be coming up to Raw and SmackDown. Potentially SmackDown will be going to 3 hours, and Raw will become more TV 14 during the third hour of Raw, with Raw potentially leaving Mondays, which it's possible, but we don't really know for sure. And you guys know, Raw has aired every single Monday since January 11th, 1993. 30 years. 30 years, guys. Think about that. 30 years. That is insane. For 3 decades, Raw has been a flagship, has been the flagship of Monday nights, which is insane. It's possible that we could see Raw move from Monday to like potentially like a Tuesday or whatever. Excuse me. Which honestly, I don't really know if that would happen, because I know that we had what was it called? Thursday Raw Thursday? Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. So I'm looking up Thursday Raw Thursday because WWE had done Thursday Raw Thursday back in the mid 90s, and they I think they only did 1 episode, wasn't it? Yeah, it was February 13th. It was February 13th, 1997, 24 years ago. About 25 years ago, WWE had done this thing called Thursday Raw Thursday, and it was a bit of an interesting one. I think it has something to do with like the Olympics or something like that at that time, but a lot actually happened on that day. If my laptop will stop being slow and let me scroll down, I might be able to show you guys, or rather explain what happened. I know one thing that did take place. Shawn Michaels had to surrender the WWE title at that time, and he gave it up because of the fact that he lost his smile, which we all know that one. We all remember that. But again, Shawn had to surrender. Had to give up the give up the WWE title, and we even also saw Triple H defend. We saw Triple H defend the Intercontinental title against The Rock, or at that time, Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Rocky Maivia. We had the Headbangers take on Bob Holly and Aldo Montoya, who was once known as Just Incredible. Shawn, again, as I mentioned, gave up the WWE title not just because he lost his smile, but it was also because of a knee injury that he suffered. Savio Vega faced off against The Undertaker. Stone Cold Steve Austin took on Psycho Sid. Owen Hart and Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, took on Farouk and Crush, who were, I believe, members of the Nation of Domination. And the main event was Bret Hart taking on Vader, the man they call Vader, the Hall of Famer, who sadly passed away a while, not that long ago, actually, crazy enough. So it was an interesting one, and if I remember correctly, I think that was the only one that they did. Yeah, that was the only one that they did, and it's possible that Monday Night Raw could no longer be Monday Night Raw, but it can also become, as well, more adult themed, more adult content, if you will. And what I mean by that is, it's possible that they could potentially bring in, they could bring, like, obviously the blood, that we had seen, in the past. We could also potentially see, what's it called? What was, we could potentially see, like, bikini contests or something like that. It's possible, but I'm not holding my breath on that one, because I just don't think it would happen. But as you guys know, Raw had become 3 hours every week, dating all the way back to July of 2012, when Raw hit 1,000 episodes. When Raw 1000 came around, it became 3 hours every single week. And over the years, WWE has took multiple steps to try and spice things up a bit with the third hour of the show, including Raw Underground and the Dark Hour of Raw in 2019, when the lights were turned out. So, if you guys noticed those episodes of Raw, yeah. Raw Underground, I think, was hosted by Shane McMahon. That was during the Thunderdome era. I think that was, like, during the Thunderdome era, actually, which is kind of bizarre. But Dark Raw, yeah, that was a bit of an interesting one, to say the very least. But as part of the JP Morgan Global TMT teleconference, big shout out, no copyrights as always, WWE CEO Nick Khan actually spoke about that, and he said that while he doesn't anticipate there being any changes to the extent, the length of Raw, there's been a lot of discussions on what to do with the third hour of Raw, and whether or not they should make it more adult. Meaning like there will be, like, a match where there's, like, blood or something like that. And he even also said that WWE was open, as I said, both Raw and SmackDown being moved to different nights, which is possible, which is very possible. But I will say this: it's interesting, because if Raw moves to another night, like, let's say for example, SmackDown went to Mondays and Raw went to Fridays. Let's say the roles were reversed. The odds of that happening are absolutely nuts. because obviously, you know, I've seen the memes. Okay, I've seen the memes of SmackDown, SmackDown becoming a red brand, Raw becoming a blue brand. I've seen those memes, and I'm sure you guys have too. I think the idea of Raw excuse me, moving to a different night might not be the best option. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that the odds of that happening are very slim. Because if Raw were to move to Fridays and SmackDown were to move to Mondays, this would mean that NXT Level Up would have to move to a different time. And because that Raw is 3 hours, if Raw and SmackDown were to move to the opposite day, as in, SmackDown on Mondays, Raw on Fridays, it means that NXT Level Up would end up being would have to air at 8 p.m. Pacific at 8 p.m. Pacific on Peacock, which honestly it's kind of a dumb idea, because the thing is that NXT Level Up is a replacement for 205 Live, because 205 Live was a huge success. But once NXT took over the Cruiserweight division, it legit lost all of its credibility. Like, so again, so in a way, NXT Level Up, it's a way to help the trainees at the Performance Center get a feel for the roar of the crowd, which is awesome. But once they jump ship to NXT, that's where it's go time. So the idea of that happening, I think, is probably a dumb idea. But at the same time, it would be interesting, because it would mean that SmackDown if SmackDown goes to 3 hours, they would have to come up with more content for SmackDown. Whereas opposed to Raw, they already know what they're gonna do for their third hour. Now there's been discussions of WWE, of Raw becoming more adult during the third hour, which at this point anything can happen. We don't know what content they'll produce for the third hour. But I will say this to close out this video: if this comes to pass, because their deals with both NBC and Fox are going to come up this year, if this comes to pass, it means that WWE is gonna have to find people to produce the new the weekly episodes of Raw and SmackDown at a different channel, because we know that it was once that channel 13 or channel 13, Sci-Fi, Fox, and USA were the four mainstays for WWE, especially when ECW came around in 2006. ECW, basically took over Sci-Fi every Tuesdays, and it was live. So it's possible that SmackDown could move. It's possible that Raw could move. All of these things is possible. but I don't see it happening anytime soon. But again, guys, this brings me to the question of the day, which is this: what is your favorite ruthless aggression era moment from Raw during the ruthless aggression era? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.